everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So, I just finished up with some work. And before I started work, though, I saw the Foodie Beauties live. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. She did a almost 4 hour live. And I watched a good portion of it and I thought, this looks like another sleeper. This looks like a live that I'm just going to have to pass on because it looks boring. But then it got a bit interesting because she started acting kind of erratically. All through the live, she was saying stuff like, nobody will ever want me, cutting herself down. And uh, she kept turning off the camera multiple times and taking off wigs, putting on wigs. And then she came on camera just in a bed sheet, which pretty much tells me that if there was any chance of her and Salah getting back together, I think we can pretty much surmise that that's not going to happen because she came on camera practically naked. Yeah, weird. So I thought, hang on, this is interesting. It would seem that Foodie's not really doing alone very well, is she? Like she's pretty much falling apart. And I've got so many thoughts as well as so many things that I can show you guys on Twitter. So we're cutting out a big portion of the live for this react. I'm starting at about 1 hour, 33 minutes out of an almost 4 hour live, and we'll skip ahead if we need to. That's why I like doing the records on the lives versus like a live react because you can just skip ahead. But I just want to give my thoughts to everything going on with her, and I hope you guys are okay with that. So with that said, how about we just jump into the Twitter peeps because I just found something that I'm like really, really interesting. I found it just a second ago, but that along with everything else will be revealed in the peeps. So much thanks to all of the people on Twitter. It's time for those Twitter peeps. Okay, it is time for the Twitter peeps. And another thing, I was halfway listening into Foodie and watching her chat. Few more things that happened. I feel that Foodie is right on the edge of spilling tea about Salah. She's been holding back, and I think she's been holding back because maybe she's been trying to hold on to the hope that she can go back to Syria, but I think it's becoming quite clear that she cannot. Like it's really starting to sink in that she has to stay in Canada and get her life together. What else? Oh, during her live, and this was remarked upon by many people in her chat, while I was watching Foodie, her views were up in like 6,000 people watching her, allegedly. But then after a few minutes, the views went down from 6,000 down all the way to under 2,000. It went down to like 1.2, which a lot of people found very sus because it is very sus. Foodie, you're over there buying views, aren't you? Now, I'm not quite sure why you do that. Is it for the YouTube algorithm? I mean, we all know that you are buying subs right now. You went from 109K all the way up to 110K, and there's really no reason for that big of a jump. You're buying subs. And it's not like you're doing anything interesting. It's not like this is Crackhead Olympics 2.0, and a lot of subs might come in because of that. So I think you're buying subs, and I think you're buying views for the YouTube algorithm just to keep yourself up there, and that's just my point of view. But a lot of people in your own chat were calling it out that you were using bots. So with that said, how about we go straight to the Twitter peeps because I'm all set and ready to go. So for those of you that are on Twitter that you'd like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. And for those of you not on Twitter, that's why I do the peeps. So you guys can keep up with all of the talk on Twitter without actually having to be there. So let's start with this really Really interesting tweet, courtesy of Meandering Thoughts. Meandering Thoughts says Salah posted this yesterday on his channel as a short. To turn it into a video, change shorts to watch in the URL. I did it for you. So what is the short? Well, it was kind of weird. He posted a picture or video showing clouds. Why would Salah do this? There's another tweet, courtesy of Meandering Thoughts, that clouds have spiritual significance. So does that mean that perhaps he's back in Syria and he's like, maybe he's having a moment with himself where he's like, I don't want to be involved with Chantal, and this is kind of my signal. I don't want to be involved with her anymore. I'm not sure. But let's watch the short and you guys can figure it out. So this is, as you can see, this is what he posted. He posted clouds. There's a bunch of music. I'm not playing the music just in case it's copyrighted, but he hasn't really posted much on his channel. He's been kind of dead on it, and all of a sudden he's posting clouds. So does that mean he's going to start posting content again? Does that mean he might give us some tea on Chantal? I don't know. Debbie's World says, so she says she's going to do a giveaway. No, an auction for a wooden postcard, but she's not going to auction for a good cause. She's going to have an auction for her own selfish needs and wants. So what is this in reference to? Well, during the 4-hour live stream, Chantal held up a lollipop and a postcard and said she might auction them off. Several people in her chat were calling her out for that and saying, Foodie, we remember the postcard club. Because long ago, during the Crackhead Olympics era, she set up a postcard club. And the whole premise behind the postcard club, for those who are not aware of the postcard club, you guys weren't around for that time. The premise of it was she set up the postcard club. The whole idea was she was going to be traveling to different places. She would get postcards from all these different places. And then anybody who was part of the postcard club would get a postcard from her. Members were paying $10 a month, every month, to be part of the postcard club. And as I recall, the postcard club was up for several months. I estimate that she got at least $100 to $120 per member for the time that the postcard club was up. Not a single person got a postcard. And a lot of people were remarking on that on her chat, saying, remember the postcard club? You didn't send anybody a postcard. Other people were saying, you promised a former mod of yours, Ashley Lamborghini, that you would send her Cuban coffee. You never sent her coffee. So since you promise things and you don't deliver, why are we going to believe you now? So she was trying to auction off a postcard. And it's like, we know you're not going to really sell it off. We know you're not going to go to the post office and mail stuff. So what are you doing? Lilu, Ginger Witch, says, it's okay. They already know this. We don't deserve cats, says scientists suggest that a cat is the most biologically perfect creature in existence. Well, Queen Booger knows that. Don't anybody tell her and blow her head up, please. But she's already silently aware. Ron says, geez. So here's a clip from the live. If y'all want a preview of this moment where she put a bed sheet around her, here's your preview. Oh, where is the volume? And this is the exciting content that her Beezers paid for. Those that donated over $1,000 This is the content they're getting. Girl World, we're over here saying, we told you so. We told you, Beezers. We told you. We told you what would happen. We knew that when she got back to Canada, she was going to find a space, plop herself in it, get her party favors, get high, and that's all she would be doing. And were we lying? No, because we know her just that well. And she hasn't proved us wrong yet. Sassy Cat says, Foodie Beauty just said, I got divorced. And earlier, she wouldn't say whether it's or not. Salah turned the paperwork in. I think Salah told her it's done, and that is why she has been gone. The ego took a hit. Perhaps. I did a bit of a tarot reading on the whole situation with Foodie because she was acting so weird. I'm like, what happened? I think that she's tried to contact him, and I don't think he's picking up the phone right now. And Foodie has abandonment issues that are untreated. She hasn't gone to therapy for. And the worst thing you could do to Chantal, the one thing that triggers her the most, is when you go silent and you're not picking up the phone. And we know how Chantal is. She's the kind of person that'll call you 200 times a day. And the more you try to ignore her or not talk to her, the more she wants to talk to you. So I think Salah is not talking to her right now, and it's making her feel a certain kind of way. And she's just maybe doing things on camera that are a bit rebellious, like coming on camera barely dressed and all of that. Tweet T says, a giveaway that she wants to auction off, that she will never send. The grifting is getting weak. Well, it would kind of make sense. I mean, she's grifted all that she could grift. Can she go any further? She got money for a place. That was one grift. Then she tried to ask people for money for things to furnish her house. Then she mentioned that she needs a dishwasher. Like that. She wants people to pay 100% for her life. Now she's back in Canada. She's got the apartment. She really doesn't need much of anything. So now we're just auctioning off little things around the house that she probably got at the dollar store. Well, that would fit with Foodie's personality. Meandering Thoughts says she needs views, but other than anime, nobody wants to see her naked. We want a vlog of her taking Nameless the cat to the vet and tea on Salah, and I mean all the tea. The fake marriage, everything. Her being naked is just disgusting. Well, her coming on camera barely dressed, this is something that we've seen before. This is something that we've experienced before. Those of us that are OGs that have been around for a while. I remember Chantal coming on camera in just a sports bra and lingerie. This is nothing new to us. This is something new to the new Beezers, but we've been here before. But I do agree that it is distasteful. If she wants to get on camera and be barely dressed, she needs to go to Only Hams for that. It would be better suited. Puppies says senior dog meets the new puppy. How it started versus how it's going. From who invited this chaos to that's my kid now. Aw, So the big dog's like, what is this thing you brought in the house? And the puppy just wants to play. Say, hello, new friend. Big dog's not sure. Like, what is this? It looks like me, but it's smaller. There's no viciousness here. The big dog's just unsure about the puppy. But it takes time for pets to warm up to other pets. But the puppy is very persistent. Like, you will play with me. Resistance is futile. Yep. You gotta love that. That's awesome. Nope. Aw. Be still my heart. All right, moving on. Enigma 2025 says 3 years of pretending to be a holy Muslim woman who skipped praying. And now, less than a week of being home, she's half naked on live talking about nads more than Salah with refreshments and a missing cat. Yeah, that's something that happened too. She brought up nads. Again, why would she want to bring him up? He was a hurtful person, right? Why are you bringing him up, Foodie? Why are you willingly talking about him when you don't have to? Are you feeling a bit lonely? That there's one man across the world that you can't control, that wants nothing to do with you anymore. It's over, it's done, it's finished. And maybe the other one that you're focused on, he's not around. So you're like, I don't know what to do with myself. I kept myself distracted with these men, but they're not here. And I don't know what to do with myself at all. Queen Jellybean says, I wonder if it's crossed her mind now that she really sees what she's looking like. If Salah wanted her to keep the hijab on because he was embarrassed for his friends and family to see she looks like another person. Surely she's had a few days to self-reflect. Foodie, self-reflect? No. She doesn't reflect, and that's the problem. If she did, she'd be a better person a little bit, not by much, but still a little bit. But she avoids reflections, and that's why she hates Girl World. We all function as a hall of mirrors that never stop. We reflect herself back to her, and she doesn't like it. And she can't get away from those doggone mirrors. Bubbles and Cheek says Foodie Beauty is live and regretting her life choices, cranky as heck. Yep, she was spicy, and we're going to get into that too. Sassy Cat says, I'm so confused by Foodie Beauty. Now she is not divorced and is talking about how her and Salah are still in love, but is still buying loads of crap for her apartment. Her words indicate she wants to be with Salah, but her spending makes it look like she's in Canada for the long haul. Well, that's Foodie for you. She's very impulsive. 1 minute she's going to be staying in Canada. The next minute she wants to be back in Syria with Salah. She's very impulsive. She doesn't think about what she does. She just does it, and then she has a lot of regret later. It's like she wants everything. She wants her cake, and then she wants to eat it too. She wants cake. She wants ice cream. She wants pretzels. She wants candy bars. She wants the whole candy aisle. You get me? She wants it all. Nobody ever taught Foodie you can't have everything you want. You've got to make the right choices. You just can't expect everything in life to be your way. Puppy says they figured out that they could slide down the grass hill, and now it's their new favorite hobby. Well, hey, we're not dogs. How do we know that this dog maybe the dog figured out, if I slide down the hill, it's a really good back scratcher. You never know. It could feel really good on him. Good for the muscles and such. Clever Puppy's like, I like sliding down the hill. It's fun. And I get a nice back scratch as a bonus. EMMC says, Salah has 1 million texts and missed calls. I get the feeling Foodie Beauty didn't think it was really over and was going to try to keep the Muslim stuff up to win him back. He's slowly fading her, and she's angry. Yeah, I kind of felt that coming off of her. Like, she's annoyed. Something happened. I don't know exactly what happened, if her and Salah had an argument, if he's not talking to her, but something obviously did not go her way. Because just her behavior is so erratic right now, and I don't think it's the party favor she's doing. Speaking of which, Chantal, I don't know if you'll ever see this react, but the last live that you did, when you had the camera off, you were sniffing something up your nose. I can't say for sure what it was. It could be anything. But if it's what I think it is, if it's the Coca-Cola, understand, ma'am, that that stuff is not 100% pure. Do you understand? Uh, a lot of people who sell that party favor, they will step on it. They will mix it with a lot of other things. It could be anything from baby aspirin to rat poison or most commonly fentanyl, which is very, very potent and very, very dangerous. So I don't know if you're doing the Coca-Cola, but what's going to happen if you get a really bad batch of that? You already got health problems. You got heart problems. You got a heart murmur. You're an idiot, and you think that somebody's going to sell you 100% pure Coca-Cola? Ma'am, ain't no such thing. People who sell that stuff, they cut it with all kinds of different things, and you don't know what's in there. I'm just saying. Rena Joy says Chantal's hair looks so bad, and not just because it's dirty. It looks so thin and dry. I think she just shave it off again. I think it would be best if she shaved it off. She revealed that while she was in the Middle East wearing the hijab all the time, she never took it off. That basically she had a nasty case of cradle cap going on. So it might be best to shave off the hair, and start over again. Maybe that might be good. But like me and Foodie have the same hair type. I've got baby fine, thin hair. You got to keep it clean. It doesn't take much to make it look bad. And she never washes hers. Her hair is so dirty, it's stiff. It needs a good washing. Enigma 2025 says, why did it sound like a man was there? I can hear something after she says scooter. Let's watch the clip.
And for my mostly scooter, the scooter's not going to be 3. And for my mostly scooter, the scooter's not going to be 3,000, so I think it's like 1,600. I have a fundraiser on PayPal for house.
I heard like a man's voice in the background, but I don't know. Like she's in an apartment or something, and I don't know if it's somebody outside the apartment, but I do kind of hear a man's voice.
Stuff. And for my mostly scooter, the scooter's not going to be 3,000, so I think it's like 1,600.
Yeah, like I did hear a man's voice, it sounded like, but I can't determine where and what direction it's coming from. Enigma 2025 says, who was she talking about here? Let's watch.
No starfishing. I don't care. Like, he can't die. 20K.
Oh, I know who she was talking about. So I was actually talking to somebody and watching her chat. Who and what was she talking about? Chantal was talking about the sax doll, Reginald. We remember the sax doll. Before Salah came into the picture, Chantal wanted to get a life-size, shall we say, male fun doll for intimate, pleasurable time for herself. She was talking about that again, although I don't think she's going to get the doll because they are very expensive, and clearly she's running out of money real fast. But that's what she was talking about.
A big commercial plane, Lisa? No starfishing. I don't care. Like, he can't die. 20K. Yeah, I've been looking. Gia, they would yell. There goes air quality in Cornwall.
Okay, she looks nuts. We got to move on. The tone knob says Foodie Beauty is looking worse than ever and still boring AF. She peed on her chair and just left it there. I, again, I wasn't fully watching her chat. I didn't have the volume up. What chair did she pee on? She left her new kitten alone all night and has been high since the moment she got off the plane. She's a garbage monster. Chantal, why did you get the kitten? If you don't have time for it, if you don't want to make time for it, if all you're going to do is keep it in a crate alone in a room, why bother having it? Just give it back to the people that you got it from. Let that kitten go to a home with people that will take care of it. I mean, this is so stupid. If you got the kitten to rage bait the community, if that was the hope, obviously it's not going to work. Just turn the kitten back into the people that you got it from, or find some nice person who will take care of it. It's stupid to keep an animal in a closet like an old pair of shoes. Sassy Cat says, Foodie Beauty, quote, Salah and I are talking less and less. We are both moving on with our lives. Well, I don't know about Salah, but judging by your life, Chantal, I don't think you're moving on with your life. I'm not getting that vibe, that energy that you're moving on with your life. Whenever I watch your lives now, the vibe you're putting out is, I don't know what to do with myself, so I'm going to do nothing. You should be working. You should be making money and getting things straight, but you're still stuck in old habits and you're running out of money real quick. You're not at panic level yet, but you're getting doggone close. So you just need to accept the fact that he's moving on with his life and he doesn't want anything to do with you. He wants to separate, and you need to do the same. Antidepressant content says land cat versus air cat. So here's an owl. And what is the owl doing? Well, the owl is making itself look bigger than what it is, and that's just their tactic to scare off predators. Although owls on their own are fierce predators in their own right. And their talons are no joke. So I'd be careful if I were the cat. Nana Spike T says, Dear Lord, this is what she rushed back for? Methinks Salah will be filing those divorce papers after this. Foodie Beauty, this is absolute pathetic, but people love seeing you act the fool, so carry on with your sad life. Yeah, getting on camera, being half naked, I don't know if she did that to get somebody's attention or get back at someone, but if you were hoping to go back this serious, Chantal, I think this was the nail in the coffin to ensure that you would not go back there. Aliyah Sultana says, Salah may have let you manipulate him forever, but his family saw right through you and put an end to your tyranny, histrionics, and manipulation. I love that for you. Well, there's nothing stronger than the family element. That is one thing that she cannot get past. And he's got a lot of family members who do care for him. So, yeah, the family's always going to win. He's close to his roots. And because he is, she can't pull those roots out of the ground. Oh, no. Day-to-day Ray says, Pulpy has me dying. His reaction to Foodie Beauty popping up topless. Poor Pulpy. He is such a treasure to the community. Poor thing. Chantal, why'd you have to do that to poor Pulpy? He did not deserve that. He did no wrong. How dare you? Dill says, what the heck was that? She needs to see a doctor. Let's watch.
creepy.
Girl, you high as a kite. Queen Jellybean says Foodie Beauty is currently on live wearing an entire 5X skirt as a halter top. Was it a skirt or was it a bed sheet? To me, it looked like a fitted bed sheet that she had wrapped around her, but I don't know. I didn't see enough of it. Els RPH says Foodie Beauty. Oh my God, poor Pulpy. Oh no. And I see the paper clips in Pulpy's chat. Poor Pulpy. He didn't deserve this. Alexis 2002 says 5150 girls. We need an emergency 5150. Yeah, Chantal slowly losing her mind. Enigma 2025 says she had another tick again. So for those of you that were not around during Crackhead Olympics, the whole tick thing, usually those really started to pop up when after she's done some rugs. She would do a lot of rugs and all of a sudden she'd get these ticks. Sometimes though she would fake them for attention. So it was kind of hard to tell. But I don't know what's was this she she's doing the thing with her shoulders. So usually when Chantal's on the hard rugs, she gets ticks. That just means she's done too much. Queen Jellybean says, in just 4 days, you've gone from this to this. She didn't have on any fake hair, though, guys. Honest. Chantal, just go ahead and shave the whole thing. Just start over. I think that would be the best thing, honestly. Kelly says, it seems that Foodie Beauty and Salah had a fight, or he's moving on because she keeps saying it's over and that she's depressed. Oh, and she said they're talking less, and we know that's not by her choice. Yeah, I don't think he's picking up the phone, or not as much as she would like. And that is triggering the crap out of her. She's worried. Let's see, what else here? Got anything else here? Halloweenies Fugitive Badusi says, where did I neglect my pets? Times named. Oh, I can't read that. That's a lot. And it's tiny. I can't read it. Why you should have a cat? He's so angry. Sorry, boss. Can't work today. The void says no. Well, what do you say to your boss? Boss, I couldn't work. My cat was sitting on my keyboard and did not want to move. That's a good excuse. I mean, the cat's comfortable. Don't move it. Okay, I think that's it for the Twitter peeps. It didn't take us long to get through it. Now it's on her live stream. And like I said, we're not starting at the very beginning. Look, we're not missing much, guys. Listen, trust me on this one. It's bleh. We're starting from 1 hour, 33 minutes, and we're going to cut it down even shorter. I don't have to be here all night. So one moment, please. Okay, let's get going.
I feel like a bad...
Oh, and by the way, guys, in the beginning of this live, she's like, I've got things I got to do tonight. She claimed she was going to Walmart, that she was going to have to go out. She's like, I can't do the edibles and whatnot because I got to go out and do things. And yet this happened. And the longer this went on, the more you could tell she was getting under the influence. So I don't think she ended up going anywhere.
My breathing is concerning.
Chuck says, turn it back off, please. Yeah, Beezers, I have a question for you. How do you feel about this? Those of you that are new, that you're not used to Foodie, that maybe you came to know of her during the whole Kuwait arc, where she claimed to be a Muslim. How do you feel about this? And this person, Foodie Beauty, is coming on camera pretty much almost naked. How is that striking you? How do you feel? I mean, listen, whether or not Foodie is a Muslim, she shouldn't be getting on camera barely dressed on YouTube. This is not an adult only forum. And can I just say, Chantal, like, you are rather disgusting, because you know that YouTube has people of all ages that come here, including those that are underage, and you're coming on camera barely dressed where anybody can see you. You want to do adult stuff? That's fine. Go to an adult only forum where only adults can see you. You shouldn't be showing all that kinds of skin on YouTube, ma'am. No, absolutely incorrect. And can I put somebody on blast right now? Let's talk about this person, Steffi SSBBW only blank model. So I was watching the chat, and this chick was all up in Foodie's chat, advertising herself, and Foodie did not put a stop to it. That just shows you how Foodie was not paying attention. A lot of people come into Chantal's chat strictly for the purpose of advertising their channel. This chick was in there to pull some of Foodie's feeties away from her. It was so obvious she was doing that. Man, and she wasn't even trying to hide it either.
Hey, Lauren.
Blush Queen says, are you trying to make Salam mad? I don't know. I don't know if she was trying to make him mad or provoke him, or if she was streaming like this because she thought maybe Nads was watching her and she was trying to appeal to him or bring in the feedy people. I'm not exactly sure the reason. Or maybe she just needed some attention. She's looking for attention. She's thirsty for attention. I'm not entirely clear on that one. It could be all the reasons of above or none of them or something else. But I'll tell you what, Chantal, if you are holding on to some sliver of hope that you can go back to Syria, this stream right here, guarantee you he won't want you back. Because you're on YouTube practically naked.
My wig? I don't think I'm going to have a P.O. box because they cost money. But I have a fundraiser on PayPal for house stuff and for my mostly scooter. The scooter's not going to be $3,000, so I think it's like $1,600. Yeah, Carly Steele's hair. She has beautiful hair. Oh my god, I'm so jealous of her hair. No, because the wish list doesn't work out. Because the haters put all the stuff in the cart or something. No, I'm not naked. I hate this wig. I'd rather just be bald, honestly, than deal with wigs. They're so annoying. Cute. I'm not. I have this thing on. Modesty. Yeah, I know. I would be considered the biggest skank of all time. Look at my hair. Just for dressing like this, even though I don't.
See, look at this chick. Steffi's like, I do farts on only hams, $20 per fart. Stephanie, you're rude. You are so rude. If you're doing that fetish content, okay, go make your money on that other forum. Why are you advertising that in Foodie's chat?
Ever talk to men at all. It's better off for me to be alone. No one to criticize me, how I look. Nothing. That I have chin hair. Or that I look weird. The wig looks nice. You told me!
You know, I'm going to be honest with you, Foodie. I'm getting the vibe right now. I was watching this live stream earlier, parts of it, and here's the vibe that's coming through. I'll do anything for attention, and I'll do anything for money. You're almost hopping from one foot to the other, trying to figure out what will get you the most attention and what will get you the most views and what will make you money. You're doing everything except for the one thing you know will bring you money. You're bringing out the wigs and you're changing out the wigs and you're coming on camera smoking your vape. You know what people are really interested in. They want to hear the tea on you and Salah, on this whole marriage. And you know that stuff's been bubbling up inside of you and you won't let it out. And I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe you're afraid of retaliation. Maybe you're afraid that if you open your mouth, he'll open his mouth and he'll reveal secrets that you don't want to get out. Maybe that's why. But you're doing everything except for the one thing you know you could do that would make you money. But there's this vibe of, I'll do anything for money. I'm hopping from one foot to the other, trying to get the attention, trying to get those views.
Smell? Make someone jealous?
It's also giving me the vibe of, I'm alone, I'm living alone, and I don't know what to do with myself. I have no one to talk to. I have nowhere else to go. So I'm just sitting here, just trying to figure out something to do.
Pizza's P.O. Box?
And remember, Beezers, this was the content that you literally paid for. All that money that you gave her, this is what you get in return. How do you feel? How do you feel about it?
Flick your eyebrows. That's true.
Like, really, the only difference between the content in the Middle East and the content in Canada is in Canada, she can pretty much be half naked and get high. But the content is virtually the same otherwise.
Edibles. I don't like sitting in here. This is my bedding. Order lakma? Ew. I'm not craving lakma. Sorry.
And this happened a lot. Her turning off the camera. I'm not quite sure why she did.
Where's my cat? Where's my cat? Where's my cat?
Where's my stand? Oh, hold on, guys. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? What now? What do I do? Dad party. Try to live without wheelchairs?
Chantal, don't suck more than you can swallow.
Too hard. No, I don't think he got married. Do anything I want. Am I baked? I'm trying to be.
You know what, Chantal? I think if you want to go back to the Middle East, it's not because you're in love with Salah. It's because you just don't know how to function on your own. You are such an out of control addict that you know if somebody just drops you somewhere alone, that you'll be out of control. You'll spend all of your money and make yourself broke because you'll indulge in all of your habits and follow all your impulses until you reach zero. Let me point something out to y'all. What is missing in this live stream? Can anybody guess? We're missing fast food, aren't we? There was no fast food. Why do you think that is? Because she can't afford it. She just moved into that apartment and she's been spending money like crazy. Chantal doesn't really do home cooking unless she has to, when money is low. She prefers the fast food. She prefers the delivery. So where's the fast food? What's the matter, Chantal? Were you hoping that when you got back to Canada that you could just call up all your feedies and they would pay you for content and float you for the next 15, 20 days? Are they not calling you back? Are they not floating you? Well, you should have figured that in because we're getting into the holiday season. Money's getting tight. Money's tight everywhere. If they don't have it for themselves, they can't give it to you. You have to do like the rest of us and like be careful with your money, but you've not been careful. You've always counted on other people to compensate you for your stupidity, and looks like they're not compensating you.
Really, Tasha? I seem sad. Let's bees around the bush. Oh, dumpster diving. I can't. Right now, I gotta have sleep first.
Yeah, she talked about one of the activities that she was going to do was go dumpster diving. But let's look at the logic of that. So it's not exactly early in the day when she started this live stream. Chantal, how in the world were you going to dumpster dive at night? I got bad eyesight. You got bad eyesight. It gets worse at night. I'm practically night blind when it gets dark. But how in the world were you going to dumpster dive at night, girl? Come on.
Oh, really, Steffi? Do you think you ever felt a type of way about you being a big personality online? Yeah, probably. Like he really, really did not want me going back to this kind of life. Like taking off hijab, being high.
Girl, he don't care. He got his life back the moment that you left. The moment you stepped on that plane, he was free. And I'm not exactly sure what paperwork you signed. Remember the paperwork that you signed that got you so angry? But he was done. And he's slowly pulling himself away from you. And I'm sure you feel that. And it's triggering you because it's slowly starting to sink in. It's over. He's got his life in the Middle East, possibly with a new wife. I did a tarot reading. I saw that too. He's involved with somebody and he's taken up with a new wife. There's somebody in the picture. And not that the only one that's seen that. There might also be a new baby. So he's got his life, and now you have your life. And despite the fact that you know it's over, you don't want it to be over. You want some sort of attachment to him. You want some sort of a connection. He's done. He don't care what you do in Canada. You are not his problem anymore.
So, but here I am. Panic attacks. Peace and silence. Like it's so quiet. This is the Foodie show.
And she insists that he did not turn the papers in, but I stress again, how does she know he didn't turn the papers in? She's not there. Maybe that's what he told her to keep her calm for the moment, but how does she really know? She doesn't know. He could have turned those papers in by now.
He loved me when I was a different person, yeah. Like
He never loved you. And I'm not saying that to be hateful, but you guys never had that couple energy. He was never in love with you, Chantal. It was always a business arrangement. Had it not been a business arrangement, you would not have been paying for everything all the time. But you kept paying and paying and paying. So that tells me everything I need to know. It was strictly a job for him. You were a job and not a fun one at that.
but he thought that life was better for me because he thought being more ladylike, being more modest, not swearing, no drama, all that kind of stuff. No smoking.
You know what, Chantal, let's tell the truth. You had your life in Canada and you messed it up. You really messed it up. You created quite the mess for yourself in Canada. Health wise, finance wise, bankruptcy on your record. You had a big mess. You practically ran to the Middle East to get away from the mess that you created for yourself in Canada, and you kept away from that mess for 3 years. And now you're back. And what you should be doing is straightening out that mess, and you're not. You're creating more of a mess by being irresponsible. And another thing, another reason why I feel you ran to the Middle East, because of your addictions, because of your habits. And you knew deep inside that you did not have the power to stop. And you knew that if you kept going, that you would spend yourself broke. that you might be on the street or end up in the hospital or in a casket. And rather than seek out treatment and therapy as you should and get that crap under control, you ran to the Middle East to be in a situation where you were dry away from your habits. And you gave control to a man to limit your funds so that you couldn't spend everything as quickly as you do. You wanted someone else to be responsible and take control of the money because you can't control your money and you can't control yourself. But you had to know that little unstable system was going to break at some point, that you had to come back to Canada and do some adulting. And look, here you are back in Canada, and it's not looking good.
Was like better for me and my image. Miss Scott, hello. Yeah, didn't love me for me. Well, that's what it feels like. Modesty is overrated. Your image is Beezer. You can find a middle ground. He smokes cigarettes, yep. Who cares about image and gore world? Cold feet with the papers? I don't know.
She was gone for a little bit after that last live stream. I'm betting they had a fight. I'm betting that Chantal got on the phone. She's been restless. She's been talking about Salah, saying how much she misses Salah and Julia. And I bet part of that conversation or text revolved around, I want to come back. Let me come back to Syria. She doesn't want to stay in Canada because she knows if she stays in Canada, she's basically going to spend herself broke before payday, way before payday. Maybe Salah told her, no, you can't come back. I don't know what the original plan was, if he was going to allow her back. If he said to her, like, you're going back to Canada, stay until the holiday season, make all the money you can, and then maybe I'll let you back. But it's not even been a month and she already wants to go back. Best believe that. She wants to go back. The thing is, she can't go back. I think he told her, no, you can't come back. You're not allowed. And she took it hard.
This one.
Maybe she thought that he really cared about her, and it's sinking in. No, he doesn't care about her.
I have had this forever.
Like it's a business arrangement. It always has been. Something's wrong in her brain where she thinks a business arrangement will turn into something personal, and it never did. And it never will.
Like Barney eyeshadow, look. I was gonna say Julia. What do I call this cat?
Sweetheart.
Thank you, Bingo Bonnie. Where's my other wig? The man wig. Hold on.
Just.
Like her behavior tonight was giving me, I really don't know what to do with myself. That's what it's giving me. It's giving me, I feel lost. I'm lonely. I'm bored. And I don't know what to do with myself. I really don't know what to do with myself. I don't know how to do being alone very well.
Oh. You got my paycheck? I put in 50 hours last week. Sick and tired of you not paying me for my hard work, Frank.
Girl, stop with the vape. What? Look, you guys know that I vape too. Not I don't have a, like a, this is just a nicotine vape. They're not that hard to smoke. Like, it's very simple. That's how you're supposed to do it. Like, what in the heck is she smoking that she can't even do it right?
You know what the best thing about being alone is? If you cough too hard or sneeze and a little bit of pee comes out on the chair, nobody cares because you live by yourself.
So that's where that came from. What? Ma'am, I vape, and that's never happened to me, and it probably never will happen to me. What are you saying? What is this lunacy coming out of your mouth? If you vape too hard, you'll pee in your chair? Huh? What the F is this?
Last week you were a Muslim. This is what I'm confused about with my life. Are you saying that I should burn in hell just because I'm showing my shoulders and wearing makeup and a wig and talking about pissing on a chair? Should I go to hell for that? I'm a good person.
No, you're not a good person. Currently, as we speak, you've got a brand new kitten that you've not even tried to bond with. You're not spending time with. You're not petting her. She's in a cat carrier, in a closet, in a room by herself. You keep leaving her alone for days at a time. No blanket, in a freezing apartment. Don't talk to me about being a good person until you are a good person, until you do good things. Because that's what good people do. They do good things, and they don't expect a reward, and they don't do it for attention and views. Shut your mouth.
Generous. I don't, despite all the grossness in the world.
And okay, let's back it up. I'm generous. No. You pay for things with purpose. That is not true generosity. You pay for things and there's a purpose behind it because you want something back. You give money to people, but not because you want to help them out, because there is a purpose behind the money. It could be because you want intimate occasions. It could be because you want party favors or you want personal time with that person. But you want something back. And the more you give, the more you expect back. Therefore, you are not truly good.
World. I'm still very, positive about life and grateful. And I do pray. I just, do it my own way now. So just because I don't cover my hair, which, by the way, the Quran does not say anywhere that to cover your hair. It says to cover your. So whatever. I honestly think that culture gets confused with religion. And I think men use that to be misogynistic.
Is that shade thrown at Salah? Kind of feels like shade.
They misinterpret it. Excuse me. By the way, I'm having a giveaway. An auction off. Let's try to fundraise.
So is it a giveaway or is it an auction?
Try to fundraise.
You're trying to come up with another scam, another grift, like you need another one. Girl, stop. You're embarrassing yourself.
So when I went to Park Omega Postcard Club, I have a wood postcard. So if you want to see your name and write a personalized message to you, and you get this Canada maple leaf sucker. Should I give it away or auction it off? It would be nicer to give it away, but yeah, it's pretty nice, eh? Responsibly made in USA with sustainable birch. But Park Omega is Canadian.
Okay, and I love this comment from Blush Queen saying, give it. Your audience has done plenty for you. And I wholeheartedly agree. Because let's just break it down. Foodie, your audience has done a lot for you. You've been on YouTube for what, over 10 years? And when you got monetized and you started making that good money, that means 100% of your life was funded by the Beezers. 100%. You weren't off YouTube with another job making that money. Your whole life for the last decade plus has been because of your Beezers. And they paid for everything, your food, your rent, your pets, your vacations, going to Cuba, going to Thailand, going to the Middle East, paying for the men in your life, paying your phone bill, paying your food bill. They paid for everything for a decade. So instead of taking, why don't you give something back? No? No, you don't believe in that? And you wonder why your life sucks. It's got to be an equal balance of give and take, and all you do is take. You never give back, ever. And when you don't give back, that means the flow of wealth stops. The well dries up and goes bone dry.
Auction? Members only giveaway? No.
Silver says you've never had a successful giveaway. Nope, she doesn't do giveaways. She doesn't do charity streams like other channels do. Like if Foodie had to do a charity stream, the entire time that she'd be doing the charity stream, she would be nauseous seeing the money go somewhere else other than her own pocket.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to pay for this, I don't know how much it would be. Depends where you are and how much shipping is. I will ship it.
No, you won't. You didn't ship out the postcards, and postcards are not that expensive. So why are you going to ship out a wooden postcard and a lollipop?
Well, I bought the stuff for the giveaway.
That wasn't specifically for a giveaway. And girl, you can do much better than a wooden postcard and a lollipop. Seriously? That's the best you can do?
To auction it.
Blush Queen says you never follow through. Nope.
Just wait, because I have to put out the don't all run at once and buy it.
Lisa says, you still haven't sent Lambo's coffee. Nope.
What mods only give away? Oh, yeah, I know. I need to do more for you guys.
But you don't. How many promises have you made over the years to the Beezers? Oh, guys, I'm going to do better quality content. What about the recent promises of when I get back to Canada, we're going to do so much together. We're going to do scooter beezes. I'm going to take you around town. I'm going to do quality content. I'm going to entertain you guys. I'm gonna. Hasn't happened yet. How long have you been back? Has there been any effort made? No. You know, Chantal, a person's word is only worth something when you put action behind it. When somebody walks up to you, at first, your word is worth a lot. But the more you lie, the more value it loses until it doesn't have value at all. You're at the point now with your Beezers where they don't believe what you're saying. And if you want them to believe what you're saying, you have to show them something different. You have to show them, I'm going to say it, and then I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it happen. No one believes you because they know you lie.
Would you really like this? Aw, Pumpy. Oh, don't leave us. No, I'm joking. Auction it off? That's what I was going to do. I'll ship it.
No, you won't. She will not. Listen, how is she going to ship it off if she's not going to have the car in a couple of days? Does anybody see Foodie getting an Uber, which is going to cost her money, to go to the post office, stand in the line around other people, and she hates to be around other people, stand in a line just to ship off something? It's not going to happen.
Me. I shouldn't. Yeah, that's true. I won't have a car.
Right.
Where's the nearest mailbox?
You can't just stick it in the mailbox, stupid. It don't work like that. You can't stick a lollipop and a wooden postcard in a regular envelope. You got to go to the post office for that.
I was going to sign it and write a personalized message on it. Yeah. Send here. Winner pay postage. Just such a cheap thing to do, but hey, Katie Kate, carefree. So gross. I want to keep some hijabs for memories. It was 3 years of my life.
Dang, you must be broke, Foodie. You're over there, you're not eating your fast food. You've got all these different grifts going on, and now you're trying to auction stuff off. Maybe before you spent all that money and all that stuff, you should have held back, and we wouldn't be here.
Don't know, Angela. Thank you, Super Chat. Honestly, I'm grateful for you guys.
No, you're not.
Just having people I can talk to whenever I want and look like this. Still waiting on her coffee.
And that's another thing. I think her being at the apartment and turning on the camera, it's not about, I'm in Canada and I'm going to do something worth watching. She turns on the camera and it's giving me, I'm here at the apartment and I need someone to talk to. I'm lonely. I really don't have anything entertaining planned for my viewers. I'm just going to turn on the camera and use it and my audience to pass the time because there's nobody around that I can call on the phone and talk to or hang out with. She's just using YouTube to get past some of her loneliness.
Ursula, I know. I'll figure it out carefree. I know, but I don't have a scooter, Tina.
It's no one's fault but yours. And no one's responsibility either.
Gosh.
Tina Swanson says, "You promised so much when we got home." Yep, she sure did.
You'll buy it if it's autographed? Patchouli? Oh shit, yeah, I forgot. I didn't want to bring anything scented from him or his business because it don't need a reminder. A used car? Get a car? Hey Cleo!
Yeah, Tina Swanson says a scooter for you is $4,500. Yeah, at her current weight, she would need a heavy duty scooter. It would cost her about $5,000. She don't have $5,000, and neither do her Beezers. That's way too much.
I have to turn it back. Bucks? I never saw that. Cut that with my boobs.
I just want to point this out. Y'all look what she's got on her face. So she just put on the Gat No Glitter eyeshadow. If you know, you know. Those of us that were there during Crackhead Olympics, we remember the Gat No Glitter eyeshadow. And there's only one person that she wore that eyeshadow for, and that's you know who. Nads. She'd always put on the Gat No Glitter for him. And I'm trying to get out of this screen. Dang it. There we go.
It feels so weird to me that just like 2 weeks ago or so, I was married to somebody who would die if I wore this in front of people. 23 pounds, that's it. So easy for me to gain 20 pounds and just look at food. You felt sorry for Eileen? She was weird. You might get the postcard with stains on it. Ow. I can't promise.
It's like she almost can't decide who she wants to be tonight.
Someone bees too close to the sun.
Okay, here we go. This is where it starts. I don't know how many of you were watching a reactor or reaction channel while the live was going on, but I was watching from my end. And at this time, her views went from 6,000 people in the room down to less than 2, and it got noticed. And it starts right here with Paige M saying, so why were the views 5K to 1K? Anybody know? And then people in the chat were remarking on that.
Lovely. There you go. Looks fake though, eh? Yeah. Hey, sir. I'm in the hood. What if a friggin' grenade didn't make me flinch? I don't think that will.
And Chantal, I don't know if you were doing all of this tonight. You were being extra, hoping to bring in some Foodie clients. Maybe putting out the vibe of I'll do anything for money. Here's all my different wigs. Here's me getting half naked, but don't do it on YouTube. That's not what YouTube is for. There are lots of adult sites out there. Find one, be on one, and pull your people over there.
Okay, guys. What do you wanna do when it's 2:30? Ooh.
Oh, please stop singing. My ears hate you already.
Ooh. What's next? New dating profile? No. I'm not dating men. I hate men to the bone. Sorry, guys. If there's men, I'm so sorry. They have ambulances. I change fast. Am I lesbian? No. Do I give lesbian? What makes you say that? Date me. Who are you, Yosa? I'm Minx right now. The male pattern violence. Tiffany. I don't want to date anyone.
Here's another comment. Paige M. Why 5K to 1K?
They were bots. No, I don't think Salah would find this attractive. So no. If I wanted to attract him in here, I'd put my hijab on.
So are you saying, Chantal, that you did all this tonight to get back at him for not talking to you? Or maybe you guys did talk and he said, nope, you can't come back to Syria. So is this you being rebellious, bratty, Chantal, of I'm going to show you and I'm going to be extra tonight?
Talk nice about him for 2 hours. 2 nashies. I just had a whole box of... I don't like this hair.
She just can't decide what she wants to do. Hair on, hair off, hair on, hair off, makeup on, makeup off.
I'm just make balls and happy. Don't know, Nubby. It doesn't make sense to me.
Would I be out of line if I said, this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my audience, this is what reality looks like. If you're someone that you've built a false image and false life for yourself. That for over 3 years, you create this whole delusional world to live in. And then reality steps in the room and makes itself known. Dorothy, you're not in Kansas anymore. Reality is starting to sink into Chantal. She doesn't like reality. Reality is her enemy. Like the reality of her life is slowly starting to seep into that fantasy bubble and change things a bit.
The best way. Hey, SB. No, I have a shirt on. It's a skirt. Over the bald spot? No. No. No hijab in the bedroom. A skirt as a shirt. Are you shaming me? I don't know, Tiffany. A beauty influencer, yeah, right. It's not a bed sheet. It's a skirt.
And Chantal, I would say this would make the second time that you go somewhere alone without Salah and you become a complete mess. The first time was Thailand. And he was watching you in Thailand. Maybe he wanted to see this slightly older woman. Can she function on her own without me? The answer was a clear no. Because you went to Thailand by yourself without him. And you were a mess. You were pooping everywhere, pooping on the bed sheets, eating all the bad food, making yourself sick. You just can't function on your own. You're giving him and every other man in the world watching you every reason in the world to stay away from you. The vibe that you're putting out is, I am not the kind of woman that you would be proud to be with. I would be a burden. I would be a problem. There's nothing about me that is appealing or attractive or good. I have no good qualities. I have no good aspects. And I am not willing to learn those things either. I have no moral compass. I don't care for myself. I don't care for pets. I don't care for anyone else. I'm a mess. You're putting out that stay away vibe to everyone. Stay away from me. I'm too much to handle. I can't even handle myself. Good luck with you trying to handle me. Like, why would any man watching you right now, why would they get involved with you? Why? Why would any man accept this and take it on? Unless they had a fetish for the toxic and degenerate.
That's nice, Angel Fly.
You know what's crazy? Chantal caters to the Foodie people, right? It's nuts to me that she caters so strongly to those people. And yet, if there was a man out there who was a Foodie, she wouldn't be with that man. Someone who would be okay with all of her bad eating. She's looking for certain things. She's looking for an Instagram model guy with washboard abs, great health. She wants a man who looks like a model to deal with all of her mess. Chantal, you're looking for the impossible. A man like that does not exist.
No. I don't have hamburger eyes. Do I have any meat sticks? What do you mean, Melinda? That's not true.
Girl, what are you smoking that every time you take a puff, you have to cough? What are you doing?
What prompted this look tonight?
Boredom. She's bored. She's at the house all by herself and she's bored. When she was in Syria, she complained about people being around her. She said, I just want to be at peace, even though there was nobody ever around her. She didn't like the fact that the family was around, that the kids were playing outside. She said, all I want to do is bees and peace. Well, now she's back in Canada in an apartment all alone and she can't stand it. She's bored out of her mind. There's no making her happy. There's no happy place for this lady.
I mix you itch your fuba. What? It's my stomach. A mix of I don't care and comfort. Oh, sorry. Oh, that was creepy. Hey, Cindy.
And I'm going to say something that's really going to hurt your feelings, Foodie, but it's the truth. You do realize that by doing streams like this, I don't know the exact purpose of them, other than the fact that you're bored with yourself. And this is the way to combat your boredom. But if you were doing these streams, hoping to bring in new Foodie clients, understand this, that unless some of those Foodies have a fetish for women who look sloppy and dirty, a lot of Foodie people, they look for certain things. They look for ladies who, are clean, have their nails done, have their hair done, have their makeup on. Someone who's bright and alert and ready to do the content. You're coming on camera under the influence. You look like you need a nice hot shower, like you should go and wash your hair. This is not an attractive look. I'm not here to be your life coach. I'm just saying, like, if that was the purpose of this live stream, this is going to be very off-putting to those Foodies you're trying to attract. You look dirty. You look sloppy. You look high. It's why would you do this if you know there are other ladies out there doing that kind of content, that when they do that content, they make sure to look their best, and you're coming on camera looking like this? Seriously?
I don't know who emailed me. It said from Natturd.
We're back to talking about that again.
And it was like his email, but if he's in jail.
Why are we talking about him? Why are we bringing that back up?
Then he couldn't have.
But he's not in jail and he could have.
Please stay alive. It's water in a Coke bottle. Yeah.
Is that another thing that's making you sad, Foodie? Because you don't have the membership fee to get into Club Natter? Because you spent all your money on nonsense and you're mad about that too?
Sure, peanut butter pickle. Sure. Any way you want it, that's the way you need it.
Oh, no, you didn't. Don't sing Journey. I forbid it. I had a crush on Steve Perry when I was young. Don't judge me. He was beautiful though, and he's got a wonderful voice. Don't sing Journey. Don't ruin Journey for me. Stop it. No.
Any way you want it. Do you know that song, Teardrop? He's not in jail? Oh. I heard he was. I hear so many different things. Not that I give a flying F.
Well, if you didn't care, why are you talking about him?
Because I snapped out of it and I realized he's the most lowest of the low. So that was.
Well, then that makes the two of you. You're the lowest, the low too, and you're still obsessed with him. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't be bringing him up right now. You still want Natter. You won't say it. You'll deny it all day long. But the fact that you're talking about him 3 years later tells me everything I need to know. Because if you weren't obsessed with him, he would be just a memory. But apparently, he's not just a memory. He's in the front of your mind, and you're thinking about him because you're lonely. You want someone to talk to. You want someone to hang out with, but he doesn't want to hang out with you because if he wanted to hang out with you, he'd do it for free versus saying, hey, membership fee up front. Pay me or you can't come over.
It'll never ever happen, okay? So just get over that. Can we go for a drive? No, I'm high. On love.
Yeah, at the beginning of the stream, she's like, I'm going to do all these things. So dumpster diving. See how quickly things turn around.
I don't know, Ladybug. Does Swordfish have a channel? Yeah, I think so.
You know so. You created the channel.
Yeah. I had a molar pulled on one side. Ooh, that's Casey. Wow. Mary Jo Buttafuoco. Perfume Clinique Happy. You get a different song stuck in my head every life. Silly rubbish. Oh. You don't need a license, right? No. Canned sardines? I don't think she'll eat this stuff. I think I'm like legit gonna be single forever.
You will be. And I'm not being hateful saying that. I'm saying that based on the fact that you're not willing to work on yourself and there's a lot to work on. It's really weird, Chantal. You want love so badly. You want to be with somebody so badly, but yet you resist doing what you need to do to be a better person. So maybe there might be a chance that you'll be with somebody. You honestly think you can be just a walking garbage bag of toxic nothing. And somebody out there is going to fall madly in love with all of that, accept all of that, and say, I don't care if there's a 2,000-pound burden I got to carry on my shoulders. I'll do it because I love her so much. Ain't nobody got time for all that.
And I'm going to invest in not when I can afford it. When my debts are paid and I'm in a good place, I'm going to get a $2,500 fake man.
I see what you did there. This is how grifters grift. This is the silent grift. She's acting like she's going to get the doll. What she's hoping for is that by mentioning the doll to her beezers, somebody out there will buy it for her. This is the silent grift. There's the outright grift, and then there's the silent grift. When I want something, I'm just going to mention it to a whole lot of people and maybe some generous person out there will buy her the doll.
A doll. And
And I'm going to say something really crude, and please excuse me, all of you watchers, viewers, and subscribers. Please excuse me for being a bit crude here. Chantal, your Beezers have already helped you out enough. They helped you out with the cost of getting an apartment. They've given you money for food. They basically paid for the cost of your plane ticket. They paid for everything. It is not up to them to get you off. You understand? That's your responsibility. You need something to ring your bells, you should get it yourself. They paid for everything else.
it's gonna stay in my room in a corner. It doesn't talk. It doesn't do anything. It's only going to worship me. The harvest crown. No more holding it in.
Girl, even if you got a sack doll, you're going to have to clean it. Otherwise, it's going to get nasty real quick.
Reginald. I don't like it. Reggie. I have to call it something else. Turkish man? No. I don't want anything living and breathing. A big commercial plane, Lisa?
And I wonder if the sack dolls have a weight limit. They probably do.
No starfishing. I don't care. Like, he can't die.
What?
20K. Yeah, I've been looking. Chia. They would yell. There goes air quality in Cornwall. Tiffany. A dog can't go get you, BK. Oh, yeah. AI boyfriend? Wait, what? Yeah, Astrid.
Add the sack doll to the list of things that she wants but can't afford that she'll use as a topic of conversation in her room, and it will go no further than being a topic of conversation for her room so she can further run up the meter and get more Google AdSense.
I just want to talk to it. The silver saw. If he dies, he dies. He hates AI. Get 15 cats.
No, definitely not. Don't get 15 cats.
Pretty girl. Yes, lurking here, I would. Oh, that's not that much. Since 2015, I've been 20, no. 2005, was it? No. Oh my God, I can't remember. Anyways, don't listen to me. Long time. Why can't I remember? 2009, I think it was. I hated those jobs.
Okay, I don't care. Next. Did she come back on camera?
Let me see. Maybe in time. Definitely don't really need more mods right now. For you never left, Teardrop? Yeah, I have a small screwdriver. I know, Teardrop.
Man, as you can tell by like the stream, like the longer it's gone on, the higher she's getting. Y'all see that? And her eyes are barely open.
Can always count on you. Thanks, Rosie. Rose. Nope. It was so delicious. Then I had mozzarella sticks, which were delicious. If I don't go to bed soon, she won't be able to roam around. She should come out. French lover? No. Like what? What do you want to know?
Talking about old stories that we've heard 100 times before. And that's another pattern with Chantal, because she doesn't want to go out and do new things and meet people and actually have a life. She wants to talk about things from like years ago.
Like, since I have no hijab on, I'm talking about all this stuff. I'm high. There's like no going back. I could never. There's no way he would ever take me back.
Nope.
It's so everything he's against.
Right. So since it's over, why not just spill the tea? You know you want to. You're dying to do it. I don't know what's holding you back, but something is. But I think it just might happen soon.
He used to be more open-minded, but he's so not anymore. Can we have snacks? Nachos? How do I feel about gay people? I always felt the same way. He does, Pumpy. He pukes in the car. I don't want to go on road trips. Back to the old foodie. We could get a bus pass and go around town. I think I'd be more brave to do that now. I'm just grateful that we have a city bus. It wasn't for me, but like, I always doubt myself. That's why I keep going back and waiting so long there. And it's like, okay, I can do it. I can do it. I can get into the role and do it. And
Get into the role. That's all it was for you, as a role. You're playing a part.
Someone who accepts you for. Yeah. I don't want anyone. I don't care. So much more peaceful.
If it's so much more peaceful being where you are, why do you look so sad? Why do you look so unhappy? Why are you unhappy, period? What do you have to be unhappy about? Where's this unhappiness coming from? Wherever you go in the world, foodie, there you are. And you bring your problems with you. You've been to many different places: Canada, Cuba, Thailand, Kuwait, Syria. You were unhappy in every single place. And the only thing that those places have in common was you. You showing up there and you being a mess. So I guess the moral of the story is, no matter where you go, if you're an unhappy person, you're going to be unhappy, regardless of what the environment is, no matter how wonderful it may be, how beautiful, how awesome. You're going to bring your unhappiness with you like luggage.
Yeah. Thanks, Nora. For years. You adopt the role. Yeah. Take nausea meds. He said they don't work on him, but scream if anyone pours water on me. Get a bus pass. Yeah, why not? Bees and tell us stories. What kind of stories? Get a car. It's expensive. I'm gonna save for one, but I can't get one right now. Take the bus.
Oh God, she's eating.
Free. Cleaning.
You know what? She's really, really high. And she's eating, and I'm out. So we managed to cut a 4-hour stream down to less than 2 hours. I'm happy about that. That makes me happy. I cut it down by a lot. And that's with the Twitter peeps. So there you have it, folks. There's Foodie. This is the wonderful content that she promised her Beezers. All of these expectations that she put in front of them, and this is what they get. I hope they're happy with the finished product. So I'm out, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and post this to YouTube, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.